after the Sugar Hill Gang and everything. We're really looking at Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 album. We also have to focus on Planet Rock following that, and as we said, Malcolm McLaren's Buffalo Girls. All of these things was the big explosion for our young minds to be able to visualize and conceptualize and realize this new art form, this new culture, this new expression, this new power. Yeah, seeing other people that look like us doing amazing things we've never seen before, and realizing we could do the same thing and we could take it somewhere else. It's incredible. Grandmaster Caz, on a new documentary that's coming out, he made a statement. He said hip-hop did not invent anything, but it reinvented everything. Okay? So when we saw this, we started to create, we started to reinvent, we started to understand and believe that we have the power to create something no one has seen before, even what we have never seen before. In the UK, especially in England, in the inner cities, London, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Nottingham, all over, and many cities and towns I have not mentioned, the Jamaican culture was the predominant culture of the grassroots, of the street, and the real culture outside of the pure English culture. And many people were affected by and involved in. And this was manifested in the music through the reggae singers and toasters, MCs, but especially through the sound systems. Through the sound systems, we have the expression of lyrics and singing and music coming from reggae, coming from dancehall. But the whole microphone, turntables, heavyweight speakers, battles, the environment where the intellectual challenges is happening in rhyme, you know, the faking out, who's gonna come on top, the competition, the support, whose side are you on as the audience. The whole thing was there, enriching people. People wanted to wait for the Friday night, the Saturday night to get involved. And at the same time, there was the tape cassettes of all of the different sound clashes was going around. So we were hearing at 12, 13, we was listening to the different MCs. So sound systems like Saxon, Coxsone, Young Lion, Tippertone, Java, so many, you know, many. What this done though is many of the people coming out of the sound system history, or even the people who would just go, or even the ones who couldn't go but listen to the tapes, it planted certain types of seeds in them that when things like hip-hop, jungle, drum and bass, dubstep, when they come along, already the blueprint of these genres were already in effect. They were already permeated the minds, the soul, the hearts of the young people. Right. And therefore, when the new music came from the States, or when the development came in the UK, it has always had the thread of the sound system ethos running through it, always. Even for those who have no idea of what I'm talking about. Right. This is the reality. In every neighborhood you had a sound, many sounds. Even down to the block where you lived, you'd have a sound system, right? So, let's just say, in my case, I used to move with a sound which was my friends, my peers. The sound was called First Class. And you had DJs, MCs on there like Digo Major. You know, one of the main influence for me from there was a brother called Trinity. Trinity had one of the best rhyme deliveries, notation, rhythm, depth of lyric, clarity. I used to just love to listen to Trinity, and then afterwards we still just hanging out together all day and night, you know. CB was the guy who owned the sound, Carl Bennett, you know. My little brother Daddy Kelly would sometimes be the selector for the sound, you know. All of these things, this is the neighborhood, this is family, you know what I mean? I have to also mention Trigger Noms, you know, he's another MC for the sound. Now, I had to lead this to Covent Garden. What I want to share with you is, in Battersea, where I grew up, where this sound was, where all of this culture was, we have many friends, like for example, Moni Love, okay, Simone. Also like Hunt Kilberry Finn. Finn was another, he's another brother, another MC, very well known, poet, actor, singer, everything. But those days, we're just kids doing our stuff. But I used to always leave Battersea in the afternoon and disappear. And Moni and Finn and other people would say, like, where'd you keep going? And I'm like, yo man, hip hop, I gotta go. They're like, what the hell? And then I remember with Moni Love, I brought her to Covent Garden with, she said, why'd you keep going? I said, you wanna come? Yeah, she said, come on. Took her to Covent Garden. When she saw all of this, she was like, damn, now I understand why you leave Battersea to come here. Because she saw all the breakers, all the poppers, all the rhymers, all the writers, all the B-boys, all the B-girls, just everybody. And you know, Moni Love was going to school in Brooklyn in New York as well, so she was transatlantic. So she's come home too. And believe me, Moni Love, when she was in the UK, was one of the greatest rappers, MCs. Not one of the greatest girls, one of the greatest rappers, MCs. Girl or guy. I want that to be known without doubt.
Right.
Okay? So,
there was this super crew.
Super crew. Many super crews was there in Covent, developing and changing and moving. Okay? So the whole Covent Garden thing as well, when different people came to Covent Garden in the centre of London, they're coming from neighbourhoods outside of the centre of London. The neighbourhoods outside of the centre of London have a history, a musical history, a cultural history unique to those areas. And they brought it into Covent, and Covent Garden became a melting pot, homogenized, a whole different, unique environment that when it expressed itself, it wasn't just like bang, it was like bang, 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 bang. You know, it was everywhere, you know. These are some of the things that made the Covent Garden experience unique. And what's important, let's look at the past 10, 15 years. If you look at America, you know, you have Atlanta, you have the dirty South, you have the West Coast, you have the East, you know, you have all of these different areas where there's different genres of music. You go to Minneapolis, and one man like Prince has made such a difference. And when you come to the UK, you can go to London at a time when there was 6, 7, 8 million people, and over the course of 10 to 15 years, rap alone spawned hip-hop, UK hip-hop, grime, Britcore, jungle, drum and bass, dubstep, ragga. All of this in one place. You know, this is the dynamism that I think is quite unique to London and England.
Okay.
And I'm very glad you're filming this, because it's good that the world understands. Yeah. Now, Spats, Tottenham Court Road, Oxford Street. Spats was in a Saturday afternoon. Crazy, right? Man. Saturday afternoon, and Tim Westwood was the main DJ, and this is where I would listen to Family Quest, who was one of the original rap groups. You know, if you think of the Funky 4 plus one more, then this is kind of like a UK kind of. It's good to look at that and understand. You know, one girl, 3 or 4 MCs. Family Quest, very inspirational. I used to look up to them guys. I'm 14, 15, like, yeah, you know, because those days I wasn't letting anybody hear my rhymes, but I was known for my popping, my dancing. So in Spats, battles after battles after battle, but a lot of love you know, when you battle, you don't respect each other unless someone does some shit that makes you respect her. But when you finish, it's all good, you know. It's all good. Spat, Tim Westwood was playing there. Many people held the mic for the first time. Kids would come from outside of London to come to Spats just so that they can do one breaking move and be like, yeah, you know, it was like this.
Okay.
Very important. And then when Spats is finished, we go to Covent Garden again, talk about who got burned in the battle or who won, kick it until the night time. Then we go to the clubs, party, breaking, dancing, rapping, singing all over again. It was based and rooted in love and respect. It was a special time, and even when it got nasty, there's fights and shit, they could still be sorted out later on. You know what I mean? There was still love was going through that thing, respect.